As we move into the next era, a lot of you guys out there have been asking the questions, what Super Trust Master Awards that exist right now can I get my hands on that I'm going to continuously use on my Neovision characters? So that's what we're going over today, guys. Thank you for spending that time here today. Thank you guys for that support via Patreon as well as YouTube channel membership system. So let's get into it, guys. This is going to be the gear that you're going to be using on your Neovision characters that you can solidly invest in. And these are going to be the game-changing, build-altering items. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but these are the ones, the best of the best. We're going to go over exactly why. So let's head into the first sort of thing here that we're going to be talking about. Supreme Sword of Light. This is going to be the type of weapon here that's going to give you a limit burst damage. So quick TLDR on the general consensus of what we're going over here today before we talk about the Supreme Sword of Light in and of itself. Things that we're looking at for the Neovision's era. True dual wield for physical, still very strong. True double hand physical, incredibly powerful, also got the cap increased to 400%. True dual wield for mages, still way better than true double hand for mages as well, so keep that in mind. On top of that, we're also going to touch on other sort of items that can do similar effects when we talk about certain things in this list here. So Supreme Sword of Light is the best of the best for the limit burst damage one-handed weapons here. 180 attack, gives you 50% limit burst damage bonus, and even though it's a one-handed weapon, it has a higher than 1.0 average damage range. In global, it actually has a 1.0 to 1.1 damage variance range. This means on average you're going to be getting an extra 5% damage as long as you're using the Supreme Sword of Light than you would with any other one-handed weapon in the game. So very, very, very solid weapon here for true dual wield limit burst damage dealers, which we're going to have a ton of those as we move forward into the Neovision's era. Other alternatives that we can talk about, anything with 50% limit burst damage can be applied here, right? We have things like Ultima Blade from FF15. We have things that are a mix and match of LB damage and a little bit of true dual wield as well, like the Zantetsuken from Radiant Lightning Super Trust Master Award. These are the things that you guys are looking at here. A lot of those are swords. There's the Great Sword one right from Advent Children Cloud. All of those are solid investments, and they're going to help you change your build, and they're game-changing build altering because they can save you an entire materia slot. You don't need to put a 50% LB damage materia in your materials. You can use that for additional attack, additional survivability, additional damage via killers and things of that nature. So very, very strong options here for looking towards the future. One of the best weapons for gun wielders in the game, the shoot, pow, pow weapons. I said it, so we're probably demonetized already, but Black Sparky is still out there. That being said, guys, if you don't already have access to it, there's not really a crazy amount of potentially amazing characters that we know of as Neovisions who could use the Black Sparky. There's a couple of them, right? We have Neovision, Eileen, things of that nature. But this one here, it sticks out. It's got 174 attack. It has the customized model, which gives you 50% attack for having the weapon equipped, and it gives 30% LB damage. So not only is the Black Sparky one of the best two-handed limit burst damage weapons out there because it gives you the attack, it gives you the LB damage, but this is here as well because there's going to be true double hand limit burst damage dealers. So any other weapons that you guys may have access to from the different characters in the game that give you a combination of LB damage or attack percent or true double hand on a two-handed weapon, that can be some slot saving for you in these builds here. I will say though, we're not going over all of the Neovision Super Trust Master Awards in this video. That's going to be a separate video for us to go over the new Super Trust Master Awards that will be coming out in the future. But for true double hand builds, specifically the new Neovision Cloud, his Super Trust Master Award is incredibly powerful. It gives 200% true double hand in a single materia slot. It's basically double Buster style. So, I mean, NV Cloud coming out with double Buster style for his Super Trust Master Award. Very, very powerful. So, if you're looking at weapons like this, the Black Sparky, any other two-handed LB damage, two-handed true double hand weapon, keep that in mind. Add it up, see how much true double hand you're actually going to need if you're going for the 200% true double hand Super Trust Master Award from Neovision's Cloud. Now, the other sort of weapon archetype that we're going to be going over here before we move into other things here, we have the true dual wield weapons. We kind of touched on them with the Radiant Lightning weapons. This could be something that you will be using to build alter your characters. This is because a lot of the characters out there, we're not really having 100% true dual wield base. A lot of them have like 150% true dual wield base. This means if you have something like Odin Reagan Super Trust Master Award here, 180 attack sword that gives you imbued with the Knight Rider's might coming in, and Knight Rider, 50% attack, true dual wield here. If you get a weapon like this, there's a lot of them out there, Wildfire and Heirlooms, there's just any of those 50% true dual wield weapons that you're planning to use on one of your characters, this could cap out your true dual wield right now. Open up all your materia slots, all your accessory slots, everything for just killers and more attack percent, survivability. These are some of the best weapons that you could go for between the true dual wield, the true double hand, and the limit burst damage. Those are the trifecta of pretty much the physical damage dealing characters that we're looking at in Neo Visions. They're going to use all of those different things, attack percent in there as well. Very, very, very powerful. Now let's move over into the materia here, and the ones that we want to talk about here are the materia that give you multiple different killers in one materia. So things like battle intelligence here, they're going to give you some sort of base stat increase, and they're going to give you a bunch of different killers for your character here. These can also be very, very powerful, not only because they're flexible, but also because some of these killers are very, very rare, and we have things like Dark Visions. If you're someone trying to cap out your stat total, you know how hard it is to gear up multiple characters, and this can help you do that as well. So battle intelligence here, 60% attack, increases your physical damage against demons, machines, and fairy type monsters. So triple killers right there, 60% attack. We have things like the Soaring legendary dragon. This is from Flammy Super Trustmaster reward, very similar, 60% attack, but a 75% killer against fairies, undeads, and beasts. And then we have another similar weapon specialist here. So this is very similar sort of materia here, 60% attack, 75% bird, human, and stone killer. So some of the times you're going to have some rare enemy types on these, like stone and bird, but weapon specialist also has human, right? Soaring legendary dragon has undeads, fairies, and beasts. Some of these are a lot harder to gear up for than other ones, right? There's not a whole lot of beast killer out there. There's not a whole lot of undead or fairy killer, which makes these things very, very powerful. Not only is it very hard to gear out for some of these period, but it makes it especially a little bit easier to try to gear multiple characters if you're trying to do multiple damage dealers in some of these pieces of content where you can only bring your own units there. So that being said, we're going to move over into a more survival type of gear set now with the mindset. Crimson Butterfly here. One of the things that you're still going to be able to be using in the future is percent dodge. So we have things like Crimson Butterfly and Locke's Dagger. Both very, very powerful and very, very prominent out there. These two stand out because they are weapons. They have 30% physical evasion. The Crimson Butterfly is a 165 attack dagger with the effect of float like a butterfly. 30% evasion enables you to dual wield weapons and gives you 100% high tide. So it's a very flexible weapon on top of that. You can put this on pretty much any character. If you want to do damage, it's got decent attack. It's got the dodge on it. If the character can't naturally dual wield, it's some support that you're using that can't naturally dual wield. You can use the Crimson Butterfly, give them the evasion 30%, give them the dual wield, put Locke's Dagger in the other hand, all right? Give them the high tide so they can get their LB up a little bit faster. They're both daggers, so you can get double high tide rolls from Item World, get another 30% evasion from high speed evasion on Locke's Dagger, and that's 60% dodge and 2 weapons. Very, very, very powerful there. Another 30% dodge Super Trustmaster word that you could look into is Kaito's. It's a materia, also very strong due to its 30% dodge, gives a little bit of attack, as well as some water and wind resist as well. So very, very strong defensive options here when you're going for dodge. These are the best of the best for Super Trustmaster rewards in that dodge category. And you can still use it to this day, even in content that's now continuously being produced in JP. Now we also have some other more tankiness. I'm not going to go over a lot of these ones, but 2 of the ones that you can kind of just throw on your tank if you're looking for, you know, some tanky items and you already have all the other stuff covered. We have the Emperor's Ring. You can definitely make this and you'll be using this on your character because it's just so efficient. You almost never take it off. I don't think you actually ever take it off. It's an accessory, gives you 30 flat defense, 30 flat spirit, 50% fire resist, and the additional effect of Bearer of Burden, which gives you 40% HP. And then 30% spirit if you're wearing a light shield, and 30% defense if you're wearing a heavy shield. So no matter what kind of tank you're using, physical tank, magical tank, double tank, you're getting the HP, you're getting a percentage of either defense and spirit, and you're still getting the flat defense and spirit, and it's got that 50% fire resist. It's just, you're always going to be using this. So if you're looking for a very tanky piece of gear to throw in your tank that you're going to have long longevity on, I know I've said that before with this particular piece of gear, long longevity. This is the one for you. It's definitely a top tier piece of tanking gear, and you'll use this far, far, far into the future. If you're looking for a shield, Honor of Grandshelt is a very strong option here. It's a heavy shield, a 68 defense, 118 spirit, 20% HP, 20% spirit, 50% ice resist, 50% light resist. Very strong, very solid. If you're looking for an alternative to this, this is Sacred Shield Charlotte Super Trustmaster Award. Awakened Warrior of Light Super Trustmaster Award is very powerful as well. It's kind of the reverse. It's got higher defense, lower spirit, and then it has like Water, Dark, and it's got 4 different elemental resistances at 30% there instead of 2 of them at 50%. So if you want a physical type shield, you go for Warrior of Lights. If you want a magic type shield here, then you go for Honor of Grandshelt. Honor of Grandshelt also has that percent HP there, so that helps out a ton. Now, as far as tanking materia go, we've already gone over the 2 pieces of gear that are worthwhile and will stand the test of time because these are here. There's a lot of other tanking, you know, right? We have body pieces and head pieces and things of that nature, but these are the 2 that you're going to pretty much always wear. You're going to use them forever, and it's going to be worth that trust Moogle if you're looking for a tank piece of gear. Materia here that we want to talk about are ones like this. So it's not specifically tanking materia period, but the thing that we're really going over here, guys, is the triple or quadruple elemental resistance materia. Now, these ones should be the last priority on your list. They're the least game changing, but when they are game changing, they're big time game changing. So these are the ones that you're going to be using the least out of everything we've gone over so far. But these ones, right, like Beach Girls, 50% defense and spirit, that's cool, but that's not why we're here. It's the 60% lightning, water, and light resistance. There's a lot of these kinds of Super Trustmaster awards out there, guys. Would be spending way too many hours of your life here today if we went over all of them, but there's a lot of them out there. For some other examples, right, we have like Luka's Valentine recipe, water, wind, and light resist, as well as 60%, as well as 40% HP and spirit. We have Cool Beauty as well, 50% HP and MP, ice, water, and dark resistance. There's like Renoa's Super Trustmaster award, Winged Heart, that has a bunch of different elemental resistances. You're really looking for the ones that give you 60% plus element resistance to multiple element types, 3 or 4 or more element resistances. Those are the ones that you'll be using most often for element resistance gear. But the reason that I keep saying that you'll use these kinds of materia the least amount is because they're really only good against the specific element types that you're fighting. But these ones could be helpful to you because they have so many different kinds, right? If you have 3 or 4 different elements on this materia, that's 3 or 4 different elements that you will be bringing that to a certain trial fight. 4 times the elements, 4 times the use, and the element resistance is very high here, right? It's not like Zargobath Super Trustmaster Award that's 20% to everything all the time, which you'll use all the time, but it's not going to have that big compounded game-changing build altering effect like these ones will. Now, obviously, the last 2, if you've seen one of these before, you know what we're going to talk about here. Ravenheart is still probably either the best or tied with the best piece of gear in the game, period. There's so much stuff on this one, and if you're looking for a singular item to pick up for Neovisions, Ravenheart is still creme de la creme, creme de la creme. You're going to get a lot of use out of this thing. 40 attack, 40 flat magic, 10 defense and spirit, 10% MP, 20% attack, 20% magic, and gives you the additional effect of Ravenheart, which gives you 25% demon and bird killer, and also gives you 50% true dual attack and 50% true dual magic. So you can use it on any sort of damage dealer that's a true dual character. Their true dual attack, fantastic. True dual magic, fantastic. Especially if you're using this on a true dual magic character, because true dual magic gear is really hard to get. We've seen the restriction on that come off a little bit. We have a couple of Trustmaster awards now. They give like 25% true dual magic. This is an accessory though, doesn't even take up a materia slot, gives you 50% right off the bat. So if you get 2 of these, you're going to be using these all the time, and they have that extra bonus effect where you get some killers as well for demons and birds, which isn't predominantly the reason why this thing is good, but when that situation comes up, it's going to be even better because it's got the flat attack for your true double hand / true dual wield flat attack bonuses there. And yeah, I did say true double hand because I have used this on true double hand characters before, because I've capped out the true double hand from other things, and I've used this for the percent attack, and I've used this for the killers as well in some builds when that comes out, because there's just so much stuff you can use this for. It's just that strong. Obviously, it gives the effect of dual cast as well. Not reasonable. No use for that in this game right now. But maybe sometime out there you'll find a use for it. Maybe you can use like dual cast Kiraja plus I have no idea, gravity or something. I have no idea what you use that for, but it's there as well. There's just too much stuff on this to ignore. It's fantastic, and it covers pretty much all of the bases of what we talked about for gear at the start of the video. The only thing it doesn't have is limit burst damage, and it doesn't have true double hand bonuses either. Now, the last thing to talk about here is the upgrade package. If you don't have one of these, now might be the time to get it. This was AI Katy Perry Super Trust Master Award. The only thing that could keep up with this, like we just talked about, was the Ravenheart Malphase Super Trust Master Award. This also does a lot of things there. The first effect here is life extension. It's going to auto cast a skill every turn, and it does stack if you manage to get 2 of these, of 10% HP and MP recovery every turn. If you have one, you probably have infinite MP on your character, because a lot of characters have built-in auto refresh nowadays. You're gonna get 10% more on top of that. You're just not gonna run out of MP at any time. That's pretty nice, and it's gonna help your HP as well. This does come with 40 flat attack and 40 flat magic. Sure, you're gonna gain some bonuses there, and yes, this can be used for either physical characters with that attack or magic characters. You can also use this on tanks, though, as well. As you can see here, it has the security version upgrade. It allows anyone who is equipping the upgrade package to wear light shields as well as heavy shields. Increases your spirit by 40% and your HP and defense by 20% when equipped with a light shield. Increases your defense by 40%, HP and spirit by 20% when equipped with a heavy shield. So you can use this on a tank to get a little bit of extra tanking stats. You can combine this with the Emperor's Ring that we talked about here. Emperor's Ring for one accessory, upgrade package for the second accessory. Gain that extra defense, gain that extra HP, spirit, throw it all on there, have a good time there. You can also use this on a weird sort of character that can wear something like maybe daggers, right, where you're doing the draw attacks build, but they can't wear shields, where you wear like Locke's dagger or Crimson Butterfly for the 30% dodge, but they can't wear they can't wear a shield, so they can't wear Muga plushie for that 30% draw attack. You can give them upgrade package. You can give them the equipped light shield there, give them the Muga plushie that way, get your dodge from your other ring, get your dodge from your weapon, get your dodge from dodge roll, things of that nature, and that'll allow you to do that build as well. So very, very powerful in that aspect. We also have the drive version upgrade, another very powerful aspect to this piece of gear here. 40% attack, 50% true dual wield, and 50% true double hand attack. So if you're using this for a true double hand, any sort of physical character, true double hand, true dual wield, or otherwise, very, very, very all-encompassing, fantastic piece of gear there. You're going to get the 40% attack, you get the 40 flat attack on the actual accessory itself. And then you're going to get the 50% true double hand or the 50% true dual wield based on what build you're doing. The combination of having all of these things in one piece of gear can be and is a build altering experience there. You're going to be able to cap out your attack percent easier. This can open up, right, things that we talked about, killer materials, limit burst damage materials, things of that nature. Very, very excellent part of the upgrade package there. And then last but not least is the CPU version upgrade. Very strong, and this part of it actually used to be the worst part, but it actually got a lot better as of recently. It allows you to equip rods as well as whips. It gives you 50% magic when equipped with a rod and 50% magic when equipped with a whip. Now, this is not 50% true dual wield magic. This is actual just straight up 50% magic. But if you were around for the FF8 event, the King Mog with Quistis, you got her Super Trust Master Award. Her Super Trust Master Award is a whip, and it does give 50% true dual wield magic. Now, that being said, not a lot of mages. More mages now than before, but not every mage can equip whips, and you're not going to be using equip whip as a materia, so you can get that 50% true dual wield magic from your whip. But if you have the upgrade package, you can put this on, give them a whip, Quistis is Super Trust Master Award, and then give them the rod, get 100% magic from this, get the 50% true dual wield magic from the whip, get the 50% true dual wield magic from the Ravenheart. On the other hand, if they have 100% true dual wield base magic, you are automatically capped there with your 2 accessories and your 2 weapons. This is going to give you 100% magic on top of that. You get your item world bonuses for more magic, and then you can just kind of put whatever it is that you want on them for their materia and robes. Very, very, very strong. This is why it's a hot contention between Ravenheart and upgrade package. If you have the ability to pick anything out there, these two should definitely be worth your attention. At least think about these ones over anything else out there, guys. But that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. This is the list here of stuff. Very, 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 very strong gear to consider when we're going into the Neo Vision era, you'll use this for all of the stuff we talked about today, whether it's for physical damage dealers, magic damage dealers, tankiness a little bit there, elemental resist, or the last two, the upgrade package, as well as the Ravenheart. So thank you guys for coming and spending that time here today. Hopefully this cleared it up for you guys. We're going to be doing more Neovisions stuff as we get more information. Hope to see you at the Twitch channel this Sunday for the live stream. It's going to be a fun time. Come and hang out. Follow right now. There's going to be a link down in the description as always. Hope to see you then. But until then, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.